and I do too, that usually we aren't in session in this week of August. It's usually a time to head back home and meet with our constituents, eat our way through our state fairs, and enjoy some downtime with our families. This year I was looking forward to a visit by some of my grandkids to Springfield, where Loretta and I have a week or two of just getting to know the kids again. We didn't get to see them much last year because of COVID-19, and I was looking forward to the opportunity this year. But because we're in session, I was unable to. We hope maybe in a few days that changes. I think about those grandkids, all of my grandkids, 6 of them at this point, proud to say, and what kind of world we're going to be leaving them. A new school year is right around the corner, and along with all the normal supplies, they'll be buying face masks. For a young child, this pandemic must be confusing and scary. As a parent, you want to be honest with them, but you want to reassure them that everything's going to be okay. That goes for all the challenges of our day. Starting with climate change. This morning, the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released its first report in 8 years. It's an alarm bell to the world, warning that our climate is changing much faster than we anticipated. I'd like to read a couple paragraphs from this morning's New York Times because they summarize these UN reports and do that summary so well. Nations have delayed curbing their fossil fuel emissions for so long that they can no longer stop global warming from intensifying over the next 30 years, though there is still a short window to prevent the most harrowing future. A major new United Nations scientific report has concluded. Humans have already heated the planet by roughly 1.1 degrees Celsius or 2 degrees Fahrenheit since the 19th century, largely by burning coal, oil, and gas for energy. The consequences can be felt across the globe. This summer alone, blistering heat waves have killed hundreds of people in the United States and Canada. Floods have devastated Germany and China. Wildfires have raged out of control in Siberia, Turkey, and Greece. So what do we say to our kids about this? Dad, Granddad, what are you doing about this? How do we reassure our kids that the planet they inherit is still going to be livable? Words aren't enough. Denial certainly isn't a plan. We need to do something. And we need to do what generations of Americans before us have done. Face reality, face the challenges squarely. So I ask myself, and all of us, what are we doing to make sure that my grandkids and all of America's kids will be okay? We're going to have a chance to answer that question this week as the Senate begins debate on a proposal that will define the world my grandkids and everyone's kids will grow up in. President Biden's plan to Build Back Better is the most ambitious investment in America's future in a generation. And much of that plan is included in the budget blueprint that we'll be considering in a very short time. This budget blueprint will strengthen our nation's economy and ensure that working families have a fighting chance and receive a fair share of the wealth that their work produces. It'll help close the income and opportunity gaps between the wealthiest among us and working families who are struggling to make it. And most importantly, it will give American workers the tools they need to outcompete any country in the 21st century. I listened to the criticism of the plan by the senator from Kentucky, and I thought, if we don't embark on an ambitious plan to deal with climate change and to move this economy in the right direction for working families in this country, then frankly, we're ready and prepared, some are, to accept a second place finish for the United States of America. I think that's tragic. I don't think it's consistent with who we are as a people. The proposal by President Biden will build on a winning economic strategy we started earlier this year with the American Rescue Plan.